Ay, ram, ay, ay, ay. Yada, day, day, day. Yada, day, day, day. Ay, ay. Mhm. Yada, day, day, day. Yada, day, day, dum. Ay, ay, dum. Mm-mm. Yada, day, day, day. Yada, day, day, day. Ay, ay, ay. Chodesh Tov. Good morning. It is, my phone is on silent, of course. Let me just make sure that's done. It is. Okay. So, here we are, Chodesh Tov. It is Rosh Chodesh Adar. Rabbi Jay probably spoke about that briefly yesterday, if not extensively. And we are entering, or have entered, or just entered the new Hebrew month on the calendar. And as I look outside, I see just melting snow, dirty snow. And then this morning, I was told by a friend, oh, did you know that we're getting snow Thursday and Sunday, like possibly a big snow? So I go on my weather app, back to the 100% salary for 50% accuracy. But the discrepancy between one town and another is unbelievable. So on my weather app, it says in my town, there'll be 3 to 4 inches on Sunday. Okay. So, 3 to 4 inches. It's another 3 to 4 inches. This is what we seem to be a regular, occurrence around here. And on theirs, it said 9 to 11 inches. 2 towns over. I mean, please. So I don't know what we're going to get. Just like my father-in-law said, can't do anything about the weather. It's fair. Can't do anything about the weather. But what we can do is react and respond and prepare and enrich our lives with joy in the month of Adar. That is, what we're supposed to be doing. That is where we are, and finding ourselves in a place, in a way to increase our joy in the month of Adar, but to be able to give freely from our hearts. And so, this idea of generosity of spirit is where we're brought in this moment for both this parsha, which is Terumah, gifts, and Rosh Chodesh Adar, which is to build joy. And so, as this parsha opens up, um, it opens with a request, unlike any other request before it. Speak to the Israelites and take from me a gift, from every person whose heart moves them. God doesn't command a tax, doesn't impose an obligation, but it's an invitation. An invitation to say, if your heart's moved, do it. Speak to them. Speak to the people. Take from me a gift. The Mishkan, the portable sanctuary, will not be built through coercion. It's going to be built as a result of willing hearts. Gold, silver, copper, fine linen, precious stones, wood, oil, incense, whatever it is. But before any material is named, something deeper is required, a moved heart. We know in our everyday relationships that if your heart's not in it, it's not happening. And this is the same even in Torah time, which is if your heart's in it, you'll help to be the builder. If your heart's not in it, we don't need any. Right? Terumah, this portion teaches that sacred space is not built from resources alone. It's built from intention. Congregation Simchat Lev, a lot of people, when they first hear about us or inquire, where is your building? Our building is in our hearts. Wherever we go, wherever we are, that is our Mishkan, that is our portable sanctuary in that moment. Wherever we're moved to be is where we bring our gifts. This year, Teruma meets us at the doorway of Rosh Chodesh Adar. The Talmud famously teaches, when Adar enters, we increase the joy. Mi Shechinat Adar Marbin B'Simcha. When Adar enters, we increase in joy. Notice the language. Not we feel joy, not joy arises or arrives. It is we will increase it. Joy, like generosity, is something we participate in creating. The Mishkan was built from an overflowing and over a willingness of heart. Adar asks us to cultivate an inner spaciousness from which joy can overflow. And here's the deeper connection. The Mishkan, the tent, was not only a structure, right? It was a container, it was a vessel, a container of the presence of holiness, for encounter. And Adar too asks us to build this inner container, because joy does not mean a denial of reality, right? People, how can I be joyous? Life is so hard. How can I be joyous? This is, whatever it is. Look how we live. Look where we live. But it's not to deny reality. It's refusing to let heaviness be the only story. We live our lives and nothing is ever perfect. Some of us live with more weight on our shoulders than others, but joy is finding, even in the places of heaviness, something that is good, something to be grateful for, something that to be joyous over. We can't let the heaviness be the only story, especially in the world that often feels tight and tense and fragile. Adar exists to widen the heart, not recklessly, not superficially, but intentionally. Teruma tells us something profound. God does not dwell in gold. God dwells in a space created by the generosity. Vasuli migdash v'shachanti b'tocham. Make for me a sanctuary, and I'll dwell among them. O God, prepare me to be a sanctuary. That is the English, words that we open many services with. Ve'asuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. Make for me a sanctuary, and I will dwell among them. Not in it, but among them. A true sanctuary is the communities whose heart were open enough to build this place. And perhaps that is Adar's quiet teaching. Joy is not a distraction from sacred work, it's part of it. When we give from the heart, when we widen instead of contract, when we choose to increase light, we build space for the divine to dwell among us. We ask ourselves as we enter this month together, but also as we come showing up in this week's Parsha, both things together, holding both at the same time. We ask ourselves what feels tight in our hearts now. Where might generosity of spirit, of attention, of patience open space? And how, if we're doing that, how can we increase joy even gently? And when we do so, how could that be part of our sacred intention or offering? Can we find a place where we widen the tent, where we widen our hearts, where we give generously of ourselves in order to be present? Parshat Teruma teaches that holiness is not forced into being. It's invited through a willing heart. Adar reminds us that joy is not naive, it's courageous expansion. As we build this new month, let's hope and pray, but let's act and do that in our building. We are able to build both our outer sanctuaries with care and our inner sanctuaries with light. May there be light and may there be care for all of those sick, weak, old, fragile, of body, mind, spirit, heart, soul, the ones on our Mishaberach list, the ones that we don't know by name, the ones that we do but haven't been said, the ones that only God knows. Adonai yishlach lahem refuah shlema for nefesh, refuah haguf. V'nomar amen. God, send complete healing, wholeness, so that we'll be able to build a place of willing hearts, of gifts, of talents, of love, where the divine can live within us. May it be soon. And we say amen. As we remember the builders among us, those that paved the way, that those that showed us the way, those that are the way of life for us, that we continue to bless them by continuing to do in their ways. They taught us how to build. They gave generously. They found joy in heavy moments. We remember them with the recitation of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Bialma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. B'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam l'mei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlam araba min shemaya v'chaim tovim alinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mrumav hu yaseh shalom alinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the Heavenly One bring peace unto them and peace unto us. Zichronam levracha, may their memory be for blessing. Alav shalom, may we continue to lift them up even when we feel the heaviness of loss. Let us find courageous expansion in ways where we can open our hearts and give the gifts of our hearts, and to increase the joy that we have for tradition, for one another. Let us be that light unto the world. Thank you for joining me this morning, Elisa and Bet, Rabbi Jay, Geneva, Suze, Linda, Aileen, Debbie, for all those that are here, those that will watch later on. Let us continue to do this holy work. And let us be able to say, Adar will bring us joy if we let it in and if we let it happen. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you. Chodesh Tov. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9:30. Have a great day, everybody. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Oravinu Chai. Safe travels, Rabbi Jay. We'll see you in a few days.